What is your ideal lifestyle? What is it for you? I've got to tell you, for me, there were things I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to make sure that I could provide for my kids whatever college they wanted to be able to go to. I wanted to be able to drive a nice car and not have to be worried about making that payment. I wanted to be able to live in a beautiful home. I've got to tell you, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. My wife, we had these dream boards and stuff that she'd make, and every year, it was so interesting. Our first one, she came from very humble beginnings, so we made our very first dream board on our honeymoon in Hawaii. And it wasn't a board where we cut out pictures. It was just a simple list on a yellow pad. And it was, what do you want? If I could give you everything and I could give you the world, what would it be? And she wrote down all these things. And I've got to tell you, I did them in the first 2 years. I'm a driving driver. If I know what it is I want, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find it for her. Right? So my wife, I'm taking care of her 2 years in. I said, honey, there you go. What else can we get for you? Right? So she makes a new list. And every anniversary, it became a habit in the Reynolds home that she would make a new list. I've got to tell you, I started slowing down those lists because, they just keep getting, wow, right? Our latest dream boards had some of these pictures you're seeing with the big homes and all these kinds of things, and I'm kind of like, I'm good now. Really, we're good, right? So, but this program can give you just about anything that you desire to have. And I've got to tell you, so many people have shrunk their dreams to fit their income. And especially during this recession and during these times right now, it's so sad to see it. Do you remember when you were PJ's age? I asked PJ what he wants to be, and he just dreams big. Whether it's an astronaut or a fireman or whatever it was kind of like you were unstoppable as a kid. And then all of a sudden you became a teenager, and everybody started telling you no, and you got frustrated. And then you started changing to what you were going to be and become. And then later on, you get that first job, and everybody tells you how much you can earn, and when you can go to the bathroom, and what you can do, and how it works. And that's just not living. To me, I want to get out there, I want to do what I want to do. I want to be able to have that. Anyway. I look at this and I say dream big. You know what? So many people have stopped dreaming. I say dust off the dreams that you used to have and let's get back to them. Because this business can give you that and it can give you a whole lot more. This isn't so much a business of income and a business of what you can have. It's about the freedom that you can create with this. And that you can do things and you don't have to do them in the same way that everybody else does them. So anyway, what's your ideal lifestyle? I want you to dream again. And we're going to show you a way that this could be a vehicle for you. More than anything else, more than the money, more than the chocolate, more than all of that, you need 3 things to truly enjoy your life. You need health, because if you don't have health, you can't do it. You need time, right? Because if you don't have the time to enjoy it, it doesn't matter how rich you are, you can't do anything with it. Or if you don't have your health, but you have the time, it's just trouble, right? And you need some money. I'm a broker in all 3 of those. And today, I'm a broker of hope for a lot of people because I can share with them a system to help them to either lose weight, to get healthy, to eat chocolate, and to earn money doing it. And it can start small and grow to big. It could stay small for you because it's just not your plan to be able to have that. Maybe you just want to be healthy. Maybe you just want more time. We can give you all 3 in combination, either or all 3 together. It's up to you to choose which route you want to go, but it's because of Xocai. MXI Corporation made that decision 6.5 years ago to take this and not take it to Walmart, and not take it to Walgreens and the other stores, but instead give the opportunity to people like you and I. And the cool part about that is, any one of us now becomes the owner of our own company. We can create whatever it is we want, whether it's a little chocolate shop in our neighborhood, or whether we want to become a regional distributor and be kind of the big person in the Southern California area, or you want to create a global network of people all around the world that have a chocolate empire that spans countries. All of that's possible with the opportunity that I'm going to outline today. It starts with you. It starts at the beginning. And I can tell you, it started with me 6.5 years ago, and I never dreamed that this would go as broad as it has and have as much fun as it is, but it does work. And that's how you can get there from here, is to be able to start with these baby steps here and making it work. So here's the bottom line. It comes down to chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. 1 billion people eat chocolate every day. Now, I can't say everybody because there is a statistic out there. 9 out of 10 people love chocolate. 5 out of 10 people crave it daily. Now, I don't know of too many commodities or products that are out there that you can say that about. Are you jonesing for a noni? I don't mean to slam any other company, but I've tasted some of these juices or some of these. I don't just get up and go, I can't wait to take my pills this morning. You know what I mean? It's like, that just doesn't work. But in chocolate, it does. I've got to tell you, I've developed a craving. If I go for a couple hours without my shake in the morning, I start shaking. It's amazing. We have an incredible lineup of products, and one of them is going to fit your your liking and your taste. It's amazing. Even the 1 in 10 that isn't the chocolate fan, I'll tell you, we have some distributors in our business. They saw the opportunity to earn money and looked at this and said, I'm not a big chocolate eater, but I could get used to this. I could do this. I could figure out a way to be able to make this happen. And even those that aren't real big chocolate fans have found a home with Xocai. These are two separate pictures. This is the Aztec and Mayan culture. And you say, well, what does this have to do with Mexico? What does this have to do with that period of time? Well, it's the origination of chocolate. It was used by the Aztecs, the Mayans, and even before them, the Olmecs. Going back 3,500 years ago, they used chocolate. It's grown on trees. I didn't know that when I started in this business. It was interesting. They knock it off with a stick. It's a little cocoa pod. They break it open. There's a fibrous material, and there's little beans in there. They clean them off. They press them down, and they actually can make chocolate out of this. And back in the day, 3,500 years ago, they would take that. They would use the beans as currency. It was pretty amazing, an incredible history to it. But they would also use those beans. They would crush them down. And some of you that have seen our videos, you see the process of what they do. They grind these down. They separate the powder with the liquid. That liquid is cocoa butter, as we know it. The powder is more the cocoa, the powder. And they would actually mix that with agave nectar and different spices and things and create a ceremonial drink out of it that they drank, and they called it the food of the gods. They would drink this drink and then throw their cups that were all ornate into these cenotes, these big cenotes with fresh water in the bottom. And archaeologists today are finding these golden goblets and these goblets that had the chocolate in it. It's pretty incredible. The history is amazing. They used this as a health food back in the day. We took this, and when Spain came over and conquered the Americas, and they took this back, they took it back to the queen, and she says, oh, it's way too bitter. We got to figure out how to mix this with sugar and milk. And they took sugar and milk and Dutching process, heated it, did all these great things. And all of a sudden, we end up with chocolate M&Ms. And we end up with chocolate cake. And we end up with these things that truly put more pounds right here than they do in helping us from any health benefit here. And that's the part that I think we have such an amazing story to tell. People love chocolate, but it's typically this kind of chocolate. What if we can give them the alternative to this that actually takes them back to the roots of the original healthy chocolate? It's a really cool story. And to help us do that, there's now 1,200 different studies that are now published in all kinds of universities and all these different things. You want to go out and do a little research yourself? For those of you that are kind of the skeptics, I'll tell you, I did. I went out to Google, I typed in dark chocolate antioxidant. And I just sat back and started looking at the different links to see if there was really science there. And I'll tell you, after that trade show over here in Anaheim, I made 2 phone calls. Because I could see Jeanette's excitement, and I could see that she might be tipping towards this idea of network marketing. I'd never done network marketing before, remember? I had sold to those companies, but I'd never done it. She says, I want to meet with you in Reno next week. So as I'm leaving, PJ was at the time 2 or 3 years old. He was just desperate to see Mickey Mouse, because I promised him if he did a half-day trade show, we'd go over to see Mickey. So he's just screaming and rolling around. I mean, he couldn't understand why we had to hit 6 of these booths. And then I'm spending all this time at this last one with this crazy lady, this Jeanette Brooks, right? And it was so funny because Andrew had his daughter there at the same time. PJ and Emma are the same age. So they kind of hit it off, and they were running around together. And we didn't even care. We were on to something really big, and we were excited for it. I went that next week into learning about this, and I've got to tell you, they were so excited. They unveiled this process. They unveiled that they were going to take this to the world through network marketing. And I'll tell you, I'm so glad that they did. Because this is huge. This is so exciting to be able to have your own business, to be able to use these studies. And at that time, when we typed in dark chocolate antioxidant, there were all these studies that came up. And I made 2 phone calls as I walked out of that convention center. One was to my mom. Okay, I love my mom. And I stay in touch with her almost every single day, even to this day. But my mom, I was calling her that day as actually kind of a courtesy as a network marketer. Because my mom had done network marketing before. And Jeanette had said, do you know network marketers? And I said, yeah, I know network marketers. And I'm thinking, I know my mom, right? So I'm all excited. I didn't know what I was doing, you guys. I don't know how many of you have ever done network marketing before, and maybe this is your first, or maybe you're looking at this at the first time and you're saying, I don't really know what I'm doing, but this sounds kind of cool. That's where I was. It sounded great. I understood it. I really didn't know anybody, so I called my mom. And let me just tell you how it kind of went. This is really funny. And I don't mean to keep interjecting the stories, but I figured this would help you get to know me a little bit better. But I called my mom. I said, Mom, I think I'm onto something really big here. I'm down at the Anaheim Convention Center. I'm getting ready to take PJ to Disneyland, but I was meeting with one of my customers. And I've got to tell you, they have this chocolate company, and they have a product. They're going to take it network marketing. And Mom, you're the expert in network marketing. I know every year you give me soaps and lotions and vitamins and stuff in my Christmas basket. This is going to be big, Mom, and I need your help. It's going to be chocolate. It's going to be network marketing. It's going to be awesome. And I need your help. I'm going to have this meeting. We're going to get together next week in Reno. And I'd really, and she just said, Jeremy, whoa, slow down. She said, look, first rule of network marketing, you got to understand, you get with a company and you stay with that company for a long time. It takes a while to develop these networks. I am so laser focused on what I'm doing right now. I'm in the millionaire club with this company I'm doing. I can't just leave and go do that. There's no way I could. Did you say chocolate? I got my mom like that fast. She was sold the moment it was chocolate. She didn't know anything about it. She just knew it was going to be chocolate and it was going to be network marketing. That's cool. And I'm telling you, if you know anybody that has had network marketing experience before, this is a whole lot more exciting than whatever it is that they're selling. I can just tell you right now, whether it's phone service, vitamins, whatever, chocolate, you got to be kidding me. So, second phone call I made was to my neighbor. He was the medical advisor of my manufacturing company. His name was Dr. Steve Warren. And Dr. Warren, I said, Doc, I need your help. I know we've talked about anti-aging and all these kinds of things that we've been working on, but I need you to research the acai berry and dark chocolate and its potential for antioxidant combination. And he says, great, I'm on it. I'll call you back. I remember we were standing in the line at Dumbo. That's the longest line at Disneyland. We were standing in that line. PJ's all excited. I get the phone call from Dr. Warren. He says, Jeremy, this was probably 3 or 4 hours later. He said, I've been researching this. How do we invest in this company? This is going to be huge. This is going to be really big. He says, the acai berry is unbelievable. And no one had even heard of it at that point. This is 6.5 years ago. The dark chocolate, he says, the science is everywhere. I think we could really put something together on this and make this happen. How do we invest in this company? I said, Doc, they don't need our money. They just want our energy, and let's go out there and start doing this. And it was an amazing experience to be able to get that background and to understand that we were onto something really big, and all these studies have been validating this all the way along.